Alright, welcome back all you beautiful bulletproof handymen and women. So let's go over how to get jobs. I've got a list here. I didn't count them yet. It's like 20 different ways to rustle up some work. This is more for the new people, but even if you're not new, this still may be helpful. So we're just dive right into all the different ways to get some work. Number one, friends and family referrals. I don't suggest working for friends and family directly. You can do that in the beginning, probably at a pretty steep discount just to get some experience. But more so what I mean is have your friends and family referring you out to all of the people they know. There's a big network out there, and if you get people talking, you're likely to get some work. Number two, social media. If you guys do Facebook or whatever, just go post that on your social media. You'd be surprised, again, how many people you know, even if they don't need work, how many of the people you know do know people who need some work done. Also, in the social media field, there's business pages. So you can make a business page on Facebook. You can make a business page on lots of different social media platforms. So go ahead and get those pages made. And maybe they don't bring you much, but they don't cost anything to build most of the time. And eventually they will bring you some amount of business. Online classified, so this is also going to pertain to Facebook, except on Facebook you can actually pay to place an ad. Same thing with Craigslist, you can go pay to place an ad on Craigslist, so lots of these online classified platforms, as well as your local newspapers and your local news stations also have online classifieds oftentimes. This is a good one, actually. HOA newsletters, especially if you can focus on the ones in the more wealthy neighborhoods. HOAs tend to do have newsletters. They do tend to advertise in those newsletters, paid or unpaid. And even if they're paid, oftentimes they're very, very cheap. And you probably have dozens and dozens of HOAs if you're in any decent-sized city. So give every single one of them a call. A lot of them have upgrades going on. A lot of them have new rules that are coming out, so everybody's going to have to repaint their fences or whatever. HOAs are a good way to get into some work. Also, simple one is just door to door, guys. Don't be afraid to just knock on doors. You know, dress nice before you go. Be articulate, be respectful. But you can go door to door and just offer up your services. You can even pick a special service and say, you know, like, I'll be working toilets today if you've got a running toilet. Personally, I would offer all of my services, but go door to door. And while you're doing that, guys, check out what's going on the outside of the house and see if you can spot some things from the road or on your walk up to the door that need to be repaired before you even get to the door, and offer them some kind of price on that. Another obvious one is business cards. These things are so insanely cheap, they're almost free. Order a pack of 1,000 business cards and give 20 of them to everybody you know. Just throw them all over town. Everywhere you go, just be putting business cards out. Bulletin boards, exactly the same thing. Sometimes you'll find them at your local grocery stores, convenience stores, etc. Also, hardware stores will tend to have bulletin boards. Plus, talk to the management at your hardware stores, especially your smaller ones. But even some of the bigger ones like Ace are still going to keep a list on hand of handymen. Actually, Ace may not allow that anymore because they do have a handyman service, which you can also check into to see if you can get some work through them. But go to your local hardware stores, especially the mom and pop ones, and pitch out to them if they can put your name out, because a lot of people purchasing at the hardware store are also looking for somebody to help them do the work. Google ads, probably don't need to say anything else. Google ads, you can run ads on Google, they're pretty cheap. Next is a website. If you don't have a website, get one built. GoDaddy and Wix, both are pretty affordable. Both are extremely easy. I mean easy. I'm not tech savvy, and I can build websites on GoDaddy and Wix. Next is going to be realtors, and you're going to have thousands of them in any city, and every single one of them knows somebody that needs some work done, or they will very soon, so reach out to them. You can also do door hangers. That's just, it's kind of like the door-to-door, but instead of knocking, just order yourself 1,000 door hangers and hang those on all of those doorknobs. Next, lead gen sites. I don't recommend these, but they do work. The reason I don't recommend them is because they're charging you money for the lead, or they're taking a percentage of what you would have made. So whatever that total is, the amount you get paid plus the amount they get paid, that total was apparently a price that would have been an okay price all totaled up in the end to get that job done. So anytime you're using lead gen and you're paying for those leads, anytime that's happening, you're giving away money. So in the beginning, if you have to, I suppose. I'm not going to recommend any of them because I don't like any of them, but there are plenty of lead gen sites that you could look into. Next, property managers. This is where my business focuses, and this is how my business became very successful. And this is what this channel, up to this point anyways, has been all about, is working for property managers and learning what their needs are and how to fill those needs, because they pay very, 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 very well and very reliably. So check out local property management companies. I do have some videos you can watch on how to interact with them as well. Next is going to be flyers and signs, and by flyers I mean stapling them to telephone poles and stuff like that in your area if it's legal. Signs, the same thing, whether it's cardboard boxes or a wooden sign. Sometimes you see really cheap ones that are spray painted on. Sometimes you see nice ones, even like the political signs where it's like, you know, vote for so-and-so. You can order a big old stack of those very, very, very cheap and just throw them up all over the place. But do make sure that they are legal in your area. Next, if you already have clients, if you've done work for people already, market to them. Come up with a special to offer them, or just cold call them. And actually, it wouldn't be cold call, it'd be warm call. But just call your existing clients that you've already worked for and just say, hey, I'm just checking in to make sure everything's going fine. Make sure you don't need anything else. My schedule's a little bit open these next couple weeks, so if you need anything, I should be able to fit you in a little more quickly than usual. And then finally, networking events. This is going to be like your Chamber of Commerce, your local Rotary Club. These don't have to be clubs or events necessarily, but the business community in your hometown does have different get-togethers for different reasons. You've even got things like Masonic lodges, even being involved, like say you've got kids in the Boy Scouts and stuff. Those are all networks that you can reach out to. But look for local small business owner networking events, and you're very likely to find some businesses there that could utilize some handyman services as well. So that's the list I've got for now. I'm not trying to do a big, huge, gigantic, all-encompassing video, but for those of you looking for work, go down this list, figure out which ones you're not doing, and give a few of them a try. Other than that, I love you guys. I hope you're out there killing it, and I'll see you on the next one.